Hello, my absolutely beautiful Sagittarius friends, and welcome to your horoscope for August of 2023. We're Sag this month. What a movable month we've got on our hands. We've got 3 moons that we are going to work with. We've got Mercury going retrograde and Uranus going retrograde, and we're still in the midst of the Venus retrograde, which is a personal planet, so it's a little bit closer. So we tend to feel the impact of the Venus and the Mercury retrogrades a little bit more immediately than we'll feel that Uranus retrograde. Nonetheless, it is a movable, changing direction kind of month. And I really think it's neat that we've got Mars coming into Libra as well, because when Mars enters into a new sign, it creates a change of energy, a change of movement. And this has a lot to do with your social group, your friends, your social organizations, and your tribe that you are connected to, with needing to hear all different perspectives and then decide what you're going to do moving forward. So you may find yourself being pretty busy as we get to the second half of August. All right, Sag, let's jump in here and talk about what is going on. Right at the beginning of the month on the 1st, we've got a full moon happening at 9 degrees of Aquarius, lighting up your 3rd house space. So the 3rd house is about the smaller mind, okay? The teaching, you're taking a course and you're teaching something, but it's in a very detailed kind of way. It's setting up your website, writing that book. It's short distance travel. There's a little bit of travel going on at this time. It's the car. You're buying or selling the car, the house. The negotiation process is what's happening in the 3rd house. Now, this particular Aquarian moon is also in a square to Jupiter, who's in Taurus in your 6th house. So this has created an interesting dynamic, I think, on your table, where new revelations or new information about how your daily routine is going to go might feel a little foggy, or might feel a little, like you're out of step with it. Just a little bit. You're trying to get the information about where you go, where you put this thing, what are the exact amounts of the loan rate. These kinds of things can feel like there's a little fixity, right? And you can't quite get past it. But what I'm going to tell you is there's a lot of information being revealed to you. So just give it a minute, let the information under the full moon present itself, because all of the light that is to be seen and that this lunation has to offer, all of the lights are on. Even if you don't fully understand the information that has been given to you yet, give it some time. Over the next 4 weeks, you're going to have different information, different perceptions, different conversations going on about you. And I don't know why, but for some reason, I kept thinking 3rd house, Aquarius. Don't lose your keys, right? Don't lose your grouping of keys, Sagittarius. So if that's something that's going on, and definitely make sure you're checking out your electrical systems, okay? On the 3rd of August, we're going to see Mercury move into its pre-retrograde shadow time at 8 degrees of Virgo. So starting to slow down and bring your attention to things in your 10th house. This is the career, Sagittarius. We see you're doing it in public. It's the work that you do, but it's also, Sagittarius, your title, okay? Have you gone from being single to married, unemployed to employed, being a freshman and now you're a sophomore? What is the new title that we're going to call you in public, and where do you have to do some review in order to fit into that role? Now, you'll work on the actual review when Mercury gets into that retrograde, but today, just on the 16th, on the 3rd, start to make note of what's going on in this 10th house arena for you that's going to definitely need some review of that information, okay? Now on the 16th, we've got a new moon happening at 23 degrees of Leo, and I absolutely love this vibration for you. This is in the 9th house. This is your chance to plant your seeds of intention to show up as a leader. Leo, fire energy. Say it with your chest out. Be big, be beautiful, be bold, be generous with what you're doing, giving, and saying. And the doing, giving, and saying really shines through the lens of the 9th house: publishing, marketing, broadcasting, teaching, sharing a philosophy, traveling internationally, higher education, certificates. Maybe you're sharing information and you're like, you know what, listen, I spent the last 4 months getting certified in this, so you can call me master of this technique, right? right? You're really owning that Leo fire space. Now, this particular moon is also in conversation with Uranus that is in Taurus. And we saw that the full moon was in a conversation with Jupiter that was in Taurus. So Jupiter brought an expansion, or maybe the traveling. The Uranus energy is bringing the change of direction. It's a surprise, something comes, but where you've been on the fence about something, or you couldn't make a decision, or you felt unsure, Uranus breaks it down. It's the lightning bolt that gets you off the fence and gets you into the formula and concentrating on new ways of living and putting yourself out there. So really excited. Now, because this is also a conversation of Leo energy of the 9th house, you could be doing some travel. And this may be a wonderful time, especially before Mercury officially goes retrograde, to buy those plane tickets, buy those holiday tickets, get your train ticket. If you've never been in the Cochette, you maybe want to buy a ticket to have that experience. Whatever it is, get the travel bug on you right now. On the 23rd, busy day. We've got the sun entering into the energy of Virgo, and we've also got Mercury going retrograde at 21 degrees of Virgo. So now we're going to review your title, your career, your work, what we call you in public, your soul level calling, okay? Now, the way that we're going to be doing this is in a very detailed way. The sun is shining here, so you're stepping into the learning, the information, the details, the analysis, the having to get organized in a new routine that will help you be the best at your job, that will help you deliver the most mastery from the title that you are taking on. You're really in Virgo energy developing the skills to be organized and be the best that you can be. And Virgo is so phenomenally helpful for helping you learn to develop those things. Now, the Mercury retrograde that is happening here is asking you to review. You know, if you've been stuck making some decisions, or you've been waiting for that information, or you got it at the beginning of the month and you really weren't sure what to do with it, now during this Mercury retrograde, you can rethink the information that has come to you, and you can go, oh, okay, I understand what you were trying to tell me now, and I have a different perspective on that information. Or I have a different perspective and I'm ready to refine the work that I do. I'm ready to refine my schedule. I'm ready to refine, in some ways, review, reunite with people from the past, reconsider how I do things in my career, how I do things as a mom, as a woman, as a person, as a banker, as a student, right? You've got this reevaluation. Now, for some of you too, because this is the Virgo vibration, if there was something in your routine in the past year that, let's say over the last 3 or 4 months, it's kind of been taken out of your routine and you've been off a little bit, this is a great time to go back to it. I think of things of health, of service. If you used to be, you worked at a particular place and then you've been on vacation, or you took a leave of absence, or you went to therapy and you've had to take the summer off or the whatever off, this is a great time to get reorganized and reestablished into that pattern. On the 27th, we have got a change of direction with Mars moving into the energy of Libra, lighting up the 11th house space for you. So literally, people. It's the people, Sag. Go see the people. Mars, do it. Go, just do it. Mars is the Nike, right? Just go do it. Move and see the people. But the way that you'll do it is in a very Libra kind of way. It's about relationships. This is the change of direction, new people coming into your life, a new tribe, a new group, a new organization to support you in some way getting done what you're getting done. Now, remember though, with Mars in Libra, Mars is an energy that likes to just go in one direction and get that particular thing done. But it can't do that with Libra because Libra is a double sign. So it moves in air in 2 different directions at once. It's quite possible. So it is possible to have Mars feel more inflammatory than, yeah, I'm feeling good, Stormie, I can use this. Mars can feel like I have so much to do. I am so overwhelmed. Where do I start? Which thing do I do? Multiple moving pieces. And what I'm going to tell you is listen. Listen, this is where Mars in Libra is really good. Listen to all of the information that's around you. Remember that the sun is still traveling in the energy of Virgo. So listen to the information and then let that Virgo sun discern for you where you need to actually take the action. Breathe, go calmly in a way of charm and beauty in the direction of things that need to get done with the people. And also remember, Sagittarius, listen, I love your little joyful behind. I do. I really dig you guys, but you don't need to be at every party. You don't. You absolutely do not need to be at every party. You don't need to be at every event. You don't need to be at every online thing. It's okay to have the downtime. So keep that in mind as Mars travels through this Libra season, okay? On the 28th, we're going to see Uranus turning retrograde at 23 degrees of Taurus, moving back to 19 degrees of Taurus. Now, as Uranus is taking this retrograde in your 6th house of daily routines, health, wellness, how you maintenance yourself, the things that you need to do to maintenance yourself and be free. In the 6th house, you look at the routines, the habits, the ideas, the beliefs, the foods that you're eating that are holding you back from being your best self, from being like you can move and have value and freedom, okay? So back up to May 12th of 2023, what was going on for you that brought real freedom or a real, whoa, this is a change of my daily routines? It brought a real surprise, a real innovation into your life. Now you're reviewing those degrees, just 23 to 19, because in some ways, Sagittarius, I also think that the outside world, with Uranus being an outer planet, simply wasn't ready or didn't demand of you to be as independent as this Uranus retrograde is showing you that you're going to have to be in order to be successful moving forward. So what are the new things in the daily routine and in your health, wellness, and maintenance that you see now you have to take them on in order to be free, okay? As we're going to close out the month on the 30th here, we see a full moon happening at 7 degrees of Pisces, lighting up your 4th house space, home, family, real estate, property, things with your family members, your parents, your mother, your lineage, okay? So calling in this full moon, you're being asked to end, acknowledge, or adjust something, but this particular moon at 7 degrees of Pisces is also in conjunction with Saturn, who is retrograding. So go back for me, Sagittarius, go back to March of 2023 when Saturn moved into the energy of Pisces at 0 degrees and traveled all the way to 7 before it began its retrograde. So you're really in a full review of what's been happening in your life from March until now. And in the Pisces vibration, you're looking at what has to be surrendered, what has to be ended. And that Saturn energy is also, it's a pretty serious energy. It's like you've got to mature here. You know, something maybe ended or left your life, or, you know, you had to stop talking about, leaving home, and you had to actually be about leaving home. You had to stop talking about being an adult. You had to stop talking about, you know, doing the expansion to your bathroom and be about it. This is really what it calls in. So as this particular moon is unfolding over the next 4 weeks, it's going to be time for you to make the changes that you need to make to step up into the obligation and the responsibility required to crystallize and to really step into your power in this 4th house area. Now, in some ways, because Saturn is retrograde, I really am curious, Sagittarius, which portion of this is actually connected to something that a parent or your parents or a family member is doing, and it's requiring you to step up into a new role of responsibility, or it's requiring you to make more decisions than you're used to making. You know, it's not just the easy flowy Pisces energy, but where I think this is so promising in the Pisces vibration is that you have to figure out where your internal fortitude lies. What grounds you, Sagittarius? You know, what is the power or the charger that you plug yourself into to know that no matter what happens, no matter what decisions you make, no matter what comes your way, you're going to be well and taken care of, and you already are all the time. What is that? You're going to have to demonstrate some spiritual and internal fortitude with whatever these big decisions are that you're taking on. And the reward to them is that Saturn brings a discipline into your life that when you can accept it and grow into it, man, the rewards that come with it are absolutely evergreen and life-changing. So let me know in the comment section down below what that is, what that looks like for you, Sag. Where are you stepping up and stepping into your power, into your role, you know, stepping into these things in the 4th house, the family energy? Because I'm really curious. I'm always curious to see how it's manifesting for you. All right, beautiful Sagittarians, have a gorgeous month. I love you a ton. Let me know how it's going in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in September. Bye.